Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Infrastructure and Logistics. Last night, federal Labor proved that Luke Gosling has absolutely no influence and cannot deliver for Territorians. His bluff and buster about Darwin Port returning to Australian ownership has been nothing but hot air. Last night was the last chance for the Albanese government to buy the Darwin Port back, and they failed. Minister, please outline the impact on Territorians from the uncertainty Labor has created about the Darwin Port.
Minister for Logistics and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Fannie Bay for this very important question. And we know that the Albanese Labor government has failed once again to provide that certainty around the port. And as the member for Fannie Bay stated, Luke Gosling again has also failed Territorians, and Labor's cut Luke adrift, and Territorians are paying the price, Madam Speaker. The self-appointed salesman Luke Gosling is running open homes, it seems, without consulting his leadership team, or more likely he doesn't have any influence, Madam Speaker. Seems he's about as successful in port acquisitions as he is in attracting Aldi to the Northern Territory. Maybe, Madam Speaker, it's time he resigns from commercial real estate, though his secondary position as member for Solomon doesn't seem to be going that well either. He's clearly just another number in the Labor Party room, lacking credibility to his own team in Canberra, and it is our community that is suffering for this. He stirred serious uncertainty at the port for workers, local businesses and major exporters who rely heavily on our port. Because, Madam Speaker, it's clear the Labor leadership team has left him out of their conversations. Despite all his commentary on the port over the past few months, what did we see in the budget, Madam Speaker? Well, that's pretty clear. We didn't see a thing. Nothing, nada, zip. But for his South Australian colleagues in Whyalla, billions of dollars within just a few days. Just last week and earlier in the month, Luke Gosling was on Sky News saying there'll be more to say about the port. Well, what did he have to say about the port? I'm meeting with them to have further discussions about their interest in selling the port this week. Well, Madam Speaker, I'm told from the people at the port they hadn't even been there in 7 years. It was his first visit. And he was going to get a bit real about where the price point would be, and hopefully that's a fruitful discussion because we can all have a win-win here, Madam Speaker. They can get a return on their investment, return the port to Australian hands, probably a mix of federal government funds and institutional investors, but Australian, and we can put the investment into the port that we need. Well, Madam Speaker, last night was the opportunity for Luke Gosling's colleagues in the federal government to stump up and commit to that promise, and they did not. And the Leader of the Opposition in the Northern Territory is quick to grandstand about the decision to lease the port, but where is her voice on the future of this asset now? All the Leader of the Opposition can focus on is what happened 10 years ago, not what matters now. Government is about doing what is needed right now, but the Leader of the Opposition's voice is nowhere to be found. Even the member for Quadra has come out forcefully and put his views about what should happen on the record, but crickets from the Leader of the Opposition, Madam Speaker.
Member for Daly.